All right, Indy.
You ready? I'm gonna throw it to you. You gotta catch it.
Why don't you just walk it over?
Just lazy. Catch.
Ah! Fuck.
Gotta bring it back in.
Oh, we got caught. Good job, Indy.
Spider webs.
All right, Gwen Stefani. Oh. Okay. Oh.
He threw it back. It was just meant to be.
I got it. What the heck? Episode Hachi.
8 for all you English speakers.
Food and beverage.
SF.
SF. Don't forget
I guess
that.
we're going back and forth.
Yeah. I'm your host, PK.
I'm Mike.
And this is a weekly show of us trying new restaurants in the San Francisco area.
Accompanied by a tasty beverage. The last few have been beers, but doesn't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
But today it is.
Today is
as well.
It is a beer, yes.
Where are we? Tell them where we are, man.
We are at Warm Water Cove Park.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was a long name, but
just kind of stumbled upon it.
Yeah, we were just we were eating at this restaurant for this episode that we're reviewing, and we were just kind of like Google mapping if there's any close parks, because we wanted to
trying to get out more for you guys, get a little better scenery.
From now on, like, we're gonna try to film in the areas that we eat in, and we could have gone to
places we like, or
yeah,
whatever.
But today we just kind of found this on Google Maps. We walked around and like we found this awesome, I don't know, some kind of battleship, which is really sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And we definitely wanted to get that in the frame, especially the motion of the water. It's just such a clear day, so nice. I mean, there's not a lot of action going on. There's a couple boats that are just
there might be something driving by. Yeah.
So
it's a beautiful San Francisco day. It's one of those days you're glad to live here and get outside and enjoy a park kind of thing.
Extremely hot.
For San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect 70 degrees, but it's like so hot here.
What is it? 73, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
But so we checked out a place called Just For You. But before we get into that, we'll talk about today's tasty beverage. We have normal sized ones today, so we were able to actually find 2.
You have the opener? Oh,
Trader Joe's kind of thing or whatever. Again, it's a Full Sail beer, which is a West Coast beer.
Mm-hmm.
This is their limited series.
I was thinking like it's the school.
Yeah, I know. From Florida, there's a art school called Full Sail. I thought that when I very first heard about these guys, but it's not. It's from like Washington or something.
But
Oregon,
like the logo looks very similar.
Yeah, definitely. But it's from Oregon. This is their limited series, and it's their limited edition lager. It says, for those who love amber ales, here's a limited edition lager so crazy good you might convert to lagerism. And this is their recipe number 5. We'll put up a picture for you guys, but just so you can see. As you guys know, if you watch the show, Pat is not the hugest fan of ales. He is a self-proclaimed lager lover. So we'll see how this stacks up to his tastes. Yeah,
now sour.
Yeah, definitely.
I tried out my first sour beer a couple of days ago, huh?
Right away. I mean, you guys can see this is way dark for what you normally think lager, you know.
Yeah, very light color.
Yeah, blonde. But that's got a nice head on it, and definitely a darker color. Here you go, man.
All right.
Did we figure out a cheers for the episode? You guys need to start helping us with that, man.
Yeah.
Coming up with some kind of cheersy things to say.
Did we say German? We have, right?
What is German?
I don't know. I know.
Oh, what is it? I should know that. It's oh man, all you beer nerds are yelling at me through the screen right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've watched freaking.
Because I'm just trying to remember what Matt says, you know?
Silly movies.
No clue.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi oi oi.
We'll do a man show reference.
So, as you can see, definitely a darker color, nice head, smells malty. A little faint hint of like sweet hops, like obviously malted hops, but not malted hops, but malt and hops.
Let's get into this.
Nothing too crazy going on in the nose, but interesting flavor profile.
A little warm. We didn't get a chance to cool these or chill these.
Definitely, like right away you get the caramelized malt sweetness, but it's not like overly sweet. It's got a little bit of a bitterness, but nothing like too bitter. It's kind of like right down the middle. It's not too sweet and it's not too bitter. It's just kind of like right here, but you get some of the caramelization and stuff from all the roasted malts, which I'm assuming they did, being so dark and stuff, but not bad. It's a good drinking beer on a day like today.
I like it.
Yeah, Full Sail never disappoints. I haven't had this one, but I've had a few of their other beers, and I'm typically a pretty big fan of theirs. So
I don't really like the aroma, like kind of smelling it. I don't know. It's kind of a turnoff, but like actually tasting it, yeah. Once getting into it, like I don't know whether it's because it's warm. Maybe it would taste a little different. It was a little chilled. But I do like it, even it being a little warm. It's
not hot. It's just not like refrigerated.
Yeah.
But all right, so that brings us 70 degrees here. That brings us to Just For You.
Just For You.
Another recommendation by a friend of mine in the San Francisco area. So we figured
we recommended a couple ones like Lemon, and what else did she recommend?
Deli Board.
Oh yeah, episode 2, Deli Board.
So she's got a pretty good streak going. So I said, yeah, I'll give you another one of your shots. Or no, one of the
those two were good ones. Those two were definitely one.
She's doing good. But we wanted somewhere kind of a breakfast spot. You know, we're trying to hit a bunch of different stuff in the beginning to give you guys kind of a
We've been doing a lot of Soma and a lot of North Beach.
Yeah, and today's Potrero Hill area. Technically the Dogpatch.
Dogpatch, yeah. It's its own area.
Pretty cool little area, walking around and stuff. But I mean, we won't bore you with those details. But it's cool. Check out the area. It's pretty neat. There's a couple other places walking up to it we found that we'd like to add to the list there. But
there's
walking right up to it,
restaurants that I've never knew existed.
Yeah, I know, tons in this area. But I mean, especially me, but you were even saying you don't really come over here that much.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out, I guess. But walking up to it, it was kind of like a typical, it felt to me like what an American diner should be. Like when I walked up, it felt very homey, like, but not...
A lot of memorabilia on the walls,
Yeah, but like cool stuff, like cool posters that you were, I mean, the whole time we were there, at least I was like looking at and like checking out and stuff.
It had like the 1960s, 1970s kind of colorful artwork.
Right.
Like, oh, what's that one famous comic strip with the dots?
Yeah, they'll know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Maybe I'll find a photo and I can post it up. I can't remember...
We could show them some of the insides too. I took a couple of pictures that you might be able to use.
I can't remember the actual style of art it is.
Comic art.
But I mean, it felt like that. I mean, on the wall they had Nihon Machi, which is the Japanese cherry blossom festival that they have in Japantown, and they had like one of their posters from like 1999. Like I was like, wow, this thing is like
back in the day,
decades, you know, or a decade old, and that was like kind of posted up. Like it was framed in the wall.
Like, so right over here, you guys can't see it, but right over here is like the DHL factory or receiving center or something, some kind of giant DHL factory, and one of the big UPS trucks just pulled up into like the DHL area. I was wondering if there's going to be some kind of like shipping battle that was about to happen between like different postal services.
Say we got you here.
Sorry, I don't want to like talk about stuff off camera too much.
But
but that was
hilarious.
Pretty good.
It's just like DHL uses UPS for packages from themselves.
All right. Anyways, cool artwork. I mean, we got greeted right away.
The people were really
right
nice.
away.
Yeah.
We didn't. Some of the places we've been to, in a negative way, we've been served by a lot of people only because it was like disjointed.
Yeah.
This way, I felt like we were served by a lot of people because they were all on top of it. Yeah. It was. We got approached by probably 3 different people. Yeah. But they were all working together. So and it was presented that way. Some of the other ones we've talked about were very like disjointed and like you could tell nobody knew what was going on. This was very teamwork oriented and like they were all in a great mood and like they didn't really go over the menu too much, but that's okay because it's like, to me, it's like the diner style, you know? It's not like, you don't go there for like, you know, to walk me through a menu. Yeah, the menu was like,
it was like
huge, guys.
I mean, a folded menu, but then like
there was just so many options.
Yeah.
Like so many. We went.
It was a cool looking menu, but it was like very overwhelming.
I couldn't grab one. It's one of like the laminated ones for you guys. I know I've taken some of those in the past, but I couldn't grab one today and forgot the takeout menu. But maybe we could post a screen grab of the website because it looks exactly the same.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I felt like this is what an American diner should be. Like after we spent a little bit like finding out like what we wanted, I went with the world's best frittata or something frittata. It's on the bottom left side of the menu. I think it was like world's greatest.
It started with an F.
Famous. It's frittata, I know that, but I mean I don't know what world something. But anyways, it was
frittata scramble or something.
Yeah, it's eggs. Yeah. It's like an omelet basically. They covered it with cheese. It was slow cooked, whatever that means with an omelet. But it had like your onions, your mushrooms, spinach, tomatoes, garlic, zucchini, the eggs, obviously, cheese on the top, and then you got your choice of a couple of sides. I chose grits and the biscuits. Yeah. And then we also got a side of gravy with mine. Do you want to tell them what you got real quick?
I got, it's called the Greg Scramble. I mean, it's another breakfast dish. A couple eggs, maybe 2 or 3 eggs, I can't remember. Chorizo meat, which is it beef?
Chorizo. It's like a spicy sausage.
Okay.
And not like spicy hot necessarily, but like spiced.
So it's pork?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. That, there's onions with cheese kind of sprinkled on top. Parmesan? I believe so.
I think it was Parmesan Reggiano. I think so.
Spinach was in it too, which was pretty ridiculous in a good way. Got the biscuit and the home fries as my sides. I didn't get gravy.
There was enough for the table. Like if you guys go whatever, like it's $2 or something, I think it was, or $3. And if you guys do that, like when you go, even if it's like 4 people, just get one thing of gravy because there was a ton. Yeah, and I just wanted to try it. I thought it was like free or whatever, but it was worth $2 because it was a crap ton of gravy. But I just wanted to try it. I'm not a huge gravy fan, but I know like I don't know, you can tell a lot about a restaurant by how good the gravy is. And if I don't even really like gravy, but it was good, like that speaks a lot.
It was, I mean, it's like I don't know, white gravy? I mean, gravy normally...
I don't even know what was in it. It had all kinds of... It had meat in it, definitely. Yeah. It tasted awesome, but...
I mean, most typical gravies are like that brown gravy-ish.
Right. Like this was, it
was definitely like a creamish white color. It was definitely good.
And for a guy like me that likes hot sauce with their eggs, they have 3 different types of hot sauce to choose from, which was pretty awesome. Do you want to talk about your dish first?
Yeah, sure. The Greg Scramble. It was pretty awesome. I liked it. I didn't actually finish it because like it wasn't like I was kind of full, like, but I was
not extremely too full.
I wasn't extremely full, but I was like extremely satisfied. They didn't really cook it like omelet style. They kind of just like scrambled the eggs and then like mashed it with the spinach, the onions, the chorizo.
Chorizo, yeah.
And then
like brain just stopped.
And then like they kind of just mashed it together and then just sprinkled the Parmesan. Then they had the home fries, which is basically like potato cut in squares. And then and the biscuits. The biscuits were pretty awesome. It was very soft.
They were awesome.
Because like a lot of biscuits have like a little a harder top, like it's hard on the outside.
Crust,
but this one was just soft throughout. The whole thing was just soft. It broke like easily. But yeah, I really enjoyed mine, especially the chorizo and the spinach. Like that kind of like blew me away. Like I didn't really expect it to have spinach, and it wasn't like kind of chopped. It was like leaves of spinach, like kind of mixed in, which I might have ate like all the spinach before you even like finished the rest of my dish. But I really enjoyed it. What do you think?
I was just nice segue, yeah. I got mine and like right away, like, you notice the portion size and stuff, and it was like perfect. It wasn't like overly big, but it wasn't small by any means. Yeah, it was it was perfect. It was definitely a lot of food, like with the biscuits and the grits and everything. It definitely filled you up, you know what I mean? But
it's not a small meal.
It wasn't
definitely
like some of these diners you go to and it's just like, what the heck, dude? That's enough to feed like 8 people. Like, that's just dumb. But this is like, I feel to me it was like the perfect portion. was very well like presented. I mean, it wasn't anything like fancy or whatever, but it was very well presented for being like, to me, like I said, like the all-American kind of diner. I mean, the biscuits, you see those, like mine on my plate were huge. I took a picture. I mean, the grits looked amazing because I asked for cheese on them, because you can't have grits without cheese, in my opinion. And the grits were cooked perfectly, which grits are very hit or miss for me, and most of the time I'm reluctant to order them. Like, I was gonna get the home fries, but since he got them, I was like, oh, I'll try the grits.
Yeah.
And they were really, really good. And I'm like I said, grits are very on or off for me, and these were phenomenal. I really, really liked them. And they're traditional style. They're nothing crazy or whatever, but they were just so good. And the cheese, they were perfectly cheesy. Like, you lift up your spoon and it's like dripping cheese.
On your omelet?
The omelet, the cheese on my omelet was the same. Like, I had a coating of cheese on the top.
I was trying to take a piece, like...
all the flavors melded really well. Like, I really liked yours too. I probably liked mine just a little bit better. They were very close. I liked both a lot. Like, I would definitely order yours in a heartbeat too. But I don't know, I just, mine was like right what I wanted it that day. But yours was like so, like the spiciness of the chorizo was awesome. And it wasn't like hot, like temperature spicy, but it had a very nice flavor. I think they put like cumin and stuff in it. So it was very like flavorful, but not like, no kick. I don't think, to me at least, my palate. But everything melded really well with the saltiness of the Parmigiano Reggiano, like on top, really like seasoned the dish well with the spiciness of the meat and like the earthiness of the mushrooms and caramelized onions, and it played off really well. And mine was very similar with all the melding of flavors, because I had a lot of the same ingredients in mine, but it was just more cheesy. And like with the grits and stuff, my plate was kind of like a cheese plate. It was just like awesome.
I think they really killed it with like the greens, like the zucchini. Like,
oh, with mine? Yeah. I've never had like, I would say it was like raw. I mean, sauteed obviously with the eggs, but it's like, I don't think they cooked it
like
before
sliced,
they put it in.
They were sliced and just topped it and put the cheese on top of that.
Yeah, it was,
which is pretty crazy.
I really enjoyed that too. Thanks for bringing that up. That was pretty cool, because I haven't really had that in an omelet before. And most of the time, I mean, I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to ordering breakfast out, because usually I don't. Yeah. Because a lot of times you're paying $10 for like 3 eggs, and it's like, I could make this way better at home. Like, breakfast is something I can definitely cook. You know,
you can get like 2 or 3 dozens with $10, you know?
Yeah, and there's only one other place for breakfast, really, and that was in Orlando. The place I was talking about, Keke's. Used to be the Florida Waffle Shop or Florida Waffle Company or something.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Phenomenal, but usually I won't pay to go out to breakfast, but this place was definitely my new favorite breakfast place in San Francisco. I mean, I haven't been to many, but I
feel like breakfast food is either for breakfast or if you're really drunk.
Like the next morning kind of thing. They had one of them on there.
No, but like just like if you're out drinking and then like after a club or bar, a lot of people like, for some reason, a lot of people are like, let's go to Denny's or let's go to Mel's and like let's get breakfast. That's like that's kind of the thing. It's so weird.
They had the rest of their menu looked really good too, though. Like, a couple of their sandwiches. Like, I'm a Reuben fan. I love them. It's one of my favorite sandwiches. That looked really good. It
definitely wasn't mainly like American style. They had Mexican food in there.
Yeah, they had a good twist of
Filipino food too, which is crazy. They had like Filipino sausages, like I forgot the name, like Longista or something. I can't remember. Yeah, they had a very well diverse menu, but I think they really killed it with like the greens. Like, I love the spinach in mine. I love the zucchini.
Fresh, great crunch. I mean, the tomatoes were phenomenal. Like, you could taste everything individually, and it all worked perfectly together. Especially for being something as simple as an omelet. You know what I mean?
It was a really unique looking omelet to me. Like, you usually see more of the the egg yolk, you know? When at least I make omelets, like, I don't know.
A million ways to make an omelet.
But I'm used to seeing it like the main color of it is yellow. But like, you had so many going on, like so many a strong color palette. You had the greens, the yellow, and then you had brown too, I think. Oh yeah. But they were kind of just like layered on top of each other. Like, usually when I make omelets, they're just kind of mashed in, you know, like scrambled in, and you just see like some onions kind of like on top of the cheese or whatever. But yeah, overall.
Yeah, what do you think about overall, man?
It's a good spot. Again, I don't think it's a destination spot. It's definitely a good like neighborhood cafe. I mean, the only reason why we went out there is because of a recommendation, like.
Right.
But it's not. I don't.
If I lived in the area, or if that was like close to me, I would be there all the time. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'd make the trip out there every day, but like special occasions, like if we're off or something and we're like, oh, we want to go grab breakfast today or something, or even lunch, like I would love to go back and try lunch. Like I would definitely go back in a heartbeat, but just because it's kind of a little off my beaten path, like, and we don't have a car or whatever, you know, like it might be a little more infrequent, but not because of how good it was. But
I really enjoyed the atmosphere. The service is really good. I mean, they had a whole unity, even though like there wasn't a dedicated server. They all worked in unison. Very well. The whole floor too, not just our table. Like they were all refilling each other's drinks, all busting each other's tables. Like that was awesome. That's really good to see. I like that. What do you got, man? What's the score? I'm thinking like maybe like I'm thinking around like maybe high 3s, maybe low 4s, but I'm just trying to like dignify like why what did I think was bad to lower the score, but like I'm just thinking like maybe 3.8, 3.9. I mean, I love breakfast food, but it's just like one of the things I don't like to eat all the time. Like it's just kind of like how most people, Americans like it, like freaking if I'm drunk, which I was a little, like waking up this morning just like opening a beer, so I was a little intoxicated. And that kind of helped me to urge to get breakfast food. Because like I was kind of looking at the other parts of the menu, like the lunch food. But I just decided to go with the breakfast just because like, I mean, you told me like they only serve like breakfast or lunch. So, and I mean, their specialty is probably the breakfast, you know?
It seems like it, yeah.
So I went with that. Can't really dignify why I gave it that. But I mean, that's my feeling at the moment.
I'm gonna go a little higher. And like I said, it's hard for a breakfast place to impress me because it's like that's one thing I can definitely do better myself at home most of the time.
Maybe that's the mentality of myself. Because I mean, for me, it's like it's good, but still, it's eggs and like stuff mashed together, kind of thing.
Same with ramen.
But they probably make the ramen. I mean, like
noodles.
Yeah, the noodles itself, like from scratch.
Maybe they make the eggs.
They
have chickens in the back.
Chicken coop in the back.
I'm probably gonna go a little higher. Like I really enjoyed it, and like I would definitely go back, and I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely encourage you guys to check it out. You know, while you're wandering around, and I definitely want to go back and try like one of their sandwiches, or like even they had a burger on there that looked really good. Probably go like 4.3. Like I had a good time. Like it was enjoyable. The price was right. It wasn't too expensive. Like you definitely got the
everything was around $10
value for your food. Yeah,
including sides too. You know,
they were busy, but like everything flowed well. Like they were on top of everything. Like
they had outside seating as well.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I really enjoyed myself. Like it wasn't like mind blowing, but it doesn't need to be. It's just like, to me, like I said, it's a good old like American cafe kind of thing. You know, so I definitely enjoyed it. And
4.3, you said?
Definitely say you should go check out Just For You.
Yeah, at least
if you're into if you're into the breakfast thing. Maybe more so for the locals than someone that's visiting, but if I was visiting San Francisco, I'd probably want to go to some crazy,
have like Eggs Benedict
restaurants.
That's what I was looking for.
Brunch on their brunch menu.
Oh, okay.
But we were there for a weekday, so they didn't have the brunch menu. I think it's just on weekends. But all that super fancy stuff.
I think I'll go back for that just to try that out.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, I guess that's
the only time to come here for me is just like if I'm in the area. Like I'm not gonna come seek it out.
Right.
It was good, but it wasn't like spectacular. I mean, everything was good, but it's just like nothing helped me where I would have to come back like every day or every other week or something, you know? It's definitely in the area breakfast joint. Just For You, bakery and cafe. That's what the logo said. Yeah,
you can buy loaves of bread and stuff that they make and take home.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like $5
in the menu?
for on the back.
Oh, nice.
On there, all the extra stuff and everything, but
I think that is a wrap for episode Hachi 8.
8 for all you English speakers. We're gonna do the Ziggy Zaggy Ziggy Zaggy?
Before that, let's make sure
you guys gotta
subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Join the fun.
Yeah.
We got the YouTube channel up for you guys. We got our website up for you guys, foodandbeveragesf.com. We got our Facebook page. Please come and like us on Facebook. Please come and subscribe to us on YouTube.
You have
don't forget to leave comments if you guys feel necessary, but definitely on YouTube or on the website, even on Facebook. Leave us recommendations, like especially you guys that are in the Bay Area, or you guys that want to come visit and have a couple restaurants that maybe you want to see. You want to see talked about before you come and visit. That we'd be happy to hit up for you. We have a huge list of restaurants that we want to check out just personally. Yeah. But if any recommendations get sent to us, they get knocked right to the top. So it's like one of those things. Send them in. We are more than happy. We have a couple that we're probably going to check out in the next future episodes.
If viewers have suggestions, we have to.
We would love to go. We'd love to go to it. That's what it's all about. Especially if we definitely want places we haven't been before. I know you guys don't really know that except the shows that we've put out. But it's all about trying something new and getting out and exploring the city. So
if you send us a recommendation that we've been to, I'll definitely email you back saying, we've been there. Or if there's a particular,
happens, there's so many places. I don't even think that's going to happen for a while.
You never know. But then I'll probably just spit email back just saying we've been there. But if there's something that you definitely recommend us to have, and that we haven't had yet, we'll definitely go
consider
to try it out.
Check it out.
Website's up, YouTube channel, all that thing. And I would say that's
it for today.
Ending cheers. Reference to a man show.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Due to my ignorance in German cheersing, I guess we'll just do the
ziggy zaggy.
Oi, oi, oi. Whatever. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Try something new.